What is going on, everybody? Non here, and it's time for this week's distribution update. And before we get started, I saw yesterday, or maybe it was Friday, there was an announcement of some crypto-based firm that wanted to start tokenizing, otherwise known as not real Pokemon slabs, and run their digital rips based on that. So, for all the uneducated or gullible Timmies who thought that the world wasn't going to that after my last video, live and learn, I guess. That's all I gotta say. So moving on to this week's fun. Where do we want to start? Start Dragon Ball. We talked about Fusion World FB10 last week. Pre-release, I think, is either this current weekend or next weekend. I know our pre-release event is in the middle of the week. So not a whole heck of a lot to see there. Final Fantasy, not much going on there. Looks like they just did a reboot of one of the games. That there's some promo related to the game. I don't know if that's going to give it any juice or not. I have no idea. Flesh and Blood. We should just call it Flesh and Bloodbath at this point. Omens of the Third Age. The boxes are, I think the cases are selling for $310 on TCG Player. So $270 or so after fees and shipping, which is below distro price. So for a set that just came out now, it's an absolute disaster. Compendium still in stock. Those boxes are selling just over 70. Last I checked, maybe that didn't include shipping. So call it $80 a box. Distro price was 83 to 87. Dead game's dead. There's not much else to say. To beat the dead horse. Hold on. I have something I want to mention. There we go. Yes, I think I remember. I remember it. Yes. Okay. So last week, I talked a little bit about Bojack and Battle Arena. Really just based on the feedback from the two distributors that carry it. And quite honestly, I didn't realize, and this is my fault for not digging far enough, that they had actually created a direct-to-consumer distribution site that's their own. It's modernhobbydistribution.com. And I believe they own Wonders of the First as well as Bojack's Battle Arena. So I do believe, and if you go on the Bojack's Battle Arena website, I believe they did an announcement back in May about how this is a site that they use. If you sign up for organized play, you have an opportunity to get restocked based on, I think it's a little handheld app, which is actually a really cool idea, where you could just record people. And I don't know if record like video record or just timestamp that, hey, sold this, just so they can kind of manage the throughput of pack rips. So yeah, modernhobbydistribution.com. If you're interested in carrying the game, I would probably register there. I know Southern and GTS have carried it, but again, as I mentioned last week, they got cut very, very heavily. My understanding is it's because the product's going through there. And the reason I know that is because the co-founder of the company reached out just with some opinions, some thoughts, and some corrections. Super nice guy, super polite. We had a little bit of a back and forth just on TCGs in general. And, again, I think it's a super, super cool concept. Me being a TCG store, I was kind of excited from the perspective of this gives me a nice little crossover gateway drug, if you will, for folks that may not be into sports, but they like TCG, so you kind of get to cross the streams a little bit. And I just mentioned that I was disappointed that the numbers from both of those distributors were cut fairly significantly. And we had us through the store and try to get into organized play, and as you can imagine, with everybody starting organized play for the first time, it's trial by fire, right? You have one or two people doing it, and then you have 2,000 stores that want to onboard as of yesterday. I get it. So anyway, I said I'd mention something in the video here. And I apologize. My allergies are going nuts. It's 70 degrees inside and 95 degrees outside right now. But yeah, modern hobby distribution, if you want to carry the game, because there's really not that much product to get from traditional TCG distribution, which is what the purpose of this video is. So anyway, back to Flesh and Bloodbath. We'll just skip through that one. I do want to talk Godzilla. So the Godzilla product is performing pretty well. What I was looking for today is we have these sleeves that come out in a couple weeks, but I don't think there's any products on the schedule after this. So I don't know if they haven't released the next year or what the plan is, or if the game's dead. I don't know. So it's probably something worth paying attention to. Gundam card game, again, EBO1. The boxes are going to be $500 at some point in time. The sell-through on every one of these boxes continues to increase set over set over set. And all you have to do is just look at TCG Player. Look at the amount of boxes that are selling. EBO1, it's like 20% of what a normal set is. There's no wave 2. Most stores that I know that run organized play got 2 cases. Often the bigger stores are getting 200, 300, 400 boxes. That's not the case here. It's as the game grows, and again, we're going into EBO5, EBO5, GDO5, whatever freaking letters Bandai wants to call it, which is the anniversary set. There's going to be a ton of interest, a ton of attention. Bandai has every reason to make this a home run because this is their own IP. This is their cash cow. And for those of you who haven't seen, they did tease, I believe, this week at some point they're going to announce a new game. Rumor on the street, it's Naruto. I don't know if it's going to be related to the Naruto Mythos TCG out of Italy, or it's going to be something completely different. Who knows? Maybe it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for all I fucking know. I don't know. But it's worth paying attention to because a lot of times when Bandai comes out with new games, especially given the hype in the space, it does pay dividends to get in on the first set, get organized play set up, and start building allocations because you are not fighting an army of people trying to get product. It just becomes that much easier. So that being said, Hololive, we talked about the Somber Booby set. Let's talk about Lorcana. So a couple of trolls in the comment section from the video, which I always find interesting. So Wilds Unknown, the boxes are over $200. Winter Spell and Whispers in the Well, the boxes are $160, $165, and they've moved up very, very quickly. Now, mind you, Winter Spell and Whispers in the Well, I don't know why they rhyme, they just do, and Wilds Unknown for that matter, were all available at distribution up until last week, and then everything just evaporated. So it's not like all of a sudden there's a ton of demand that came in until it did. So this is a massive rush of demand hitting the product, and you can tell it's improving, but it's not great because all the pre-fabled sets are still dog shit. Shimmering Skies looks like it's okay. Jafar, which was absolute dead dog shit forever. You couldn't sell the boxes for $70 when distro price is like $90. All of a sudden, those are zooming. I'm of the mindset this is probably going to continue for a little bit. But having Buzz Lightyear and a PSA 10 sell for as much as an MP Beta Black Lotus, maybe I'm old. Maybe it's almost sort of kind of not really boomer mode. But that makes no fucking sense to me. So, Lorcana's doing well. I am loving it because I can get a lot of boxes of Attack of the Vine. And I'm hoping that I can sell the boxes at $200 to make up for the 12 sets of dog shit or 11 sets, whatever it is before then, where you pay $90 from distribution and everybody's selling them online for $92.50. So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully these dumb motherfuckers, and I say that kindly because it's what they are, when this happens, they come out and they reprint shit and then they push more product to market and then they basically ruin their own bull market. Please, Ravensburger, just don't do shit. Just do nothing. There's a shit pile of TCG money in the US. That is stupid. And they're pumping your game. Do nothing. Just let it happen. Just tap it in. Tap, tap, tap. It's like fucking Billy Man, Jesus Christ, Happy Gilmore. Just let it happen. Do nothing. Just smile and know that people actually want to buy your shitty game. So anyway, moving on. One Piece. Had some comments on this. OP16 is out. OP16 Wave 1 and Wave 2 shipped within a couple days of each other. So there is not a Wave 2 that's going to hit the market. It's already out. GTS has shipped it. Alliance/Universal has shipped it. So what's in the market for OP16 is there. Presumably they shipped it early so they can have more print time for OP17, which is the anniversary set. There is going to be a metric fuckload of it. Your pre-release prices are going to be around $300 because that's where the expectations for prices are. Don't buy them at that price. You are going to get your balls ripped off because we have all these new stores that have access to Southern and PhD for distribution. And whether they run an event or not, they're going to get product because they just registered with the 2 distributors. And if the boxes are $300 and they're paying $75, guess what? They would be happy to sell it for $100. So there's a massive air pocket with broke-ass Timmy stores where they're going to smash the price. Now, you may only have the opportunity for a couple days, a couple hours, maybe a week. But I assure you there is going to be a massive opportunity to buy the boxes under $300. And if there isn't, then that's great. I might retire after the next 2 sets because we're going to make so much fucking money through selling $300 boxes. I don't even know what plan I'm on at this point. It makes no sense to me, but the market is what the market is. So I want to clarify that on One Piece, Riftbound League of Legends, and I mentioned this last week. The allocations for Vendetta are cut by about a third. I haven't confirmed it with everybody yet. Quite honestly, I was just too busy last week to make a couple phone calls about something. I don't know. Yeah, I got the answer I wanted from the first 2 distributors. I really didn't need to confirm it. But I'm hoping that these guys they cut Vendetta. And again, it doesn't matter if you print 10 billion boxes. If the market only sees 125,000, there are enough people and players that the product is going to disappear. You just can't piss off the collectors and investors, or you're going to have flesh and blood. And what do we know about flesh and blood? It's a fucking dead game. So, good job so far. I hope it's not a mistake that you guys cut the print run a little bit, but we'll see. It is certainly the right move. Hopefully no more reprints come to market because it is shaky at best. But it's certainly not gone. Union Arena, nothing here. Let's see. Oh, I do want to talk Yu-Gi-Oh! We ran a Yu-Gi-Oh! Sale tonight. I have no idea what the sales are going to be. It's a bunch of older, I shouldn't say older boxes, but boxes from 2025 and some Rarity Collection 5 boxes. The Rarity Collection 5 boxes all sold. The older boxes, I'm kind of testing the fence here just to see what the demand is in Discord because I haven't run Yu-Gi-Oh! Sales before, quite honestly, because it was so underwater, nobody gave a shit. But now that we have Miraculous Monsters coming out in September with serialized cards, full arts, whatever, yeah, all bets are off. People are going to want it. And serialized cards in Japanese sell for a shitload of money. And as long as cards sell for a shitload of money, there's going to be interest. So it's worth keeping an eye on. And then before we get into the big games, I do want to talk about Weiss. This is important. This is, from what I'm told, the first time this has ever happened. So Nikki, Goddess of Victory Volume 2 is going to have AGRs. So the way Weiss works is they have autographed rares / serialized cards in the Japanese sets only because these lazy motherfuckers don't want to print the cards in, I think, Malaysia or Singapore or whatever, where the English cards are printed, print the serialized cards, mail them to the voice actors to sign, and then ship them back. I guess it's easy to do that in Japan because I don't fucking know. whether it's 2-day mail or 7-day mail, it doesn't fucking matter to me. I've talked to the head of North America, and every time I talk to him, he looks at me like I have 3 heads, so I've just kind of given up. But for Nikki Volume 2 in English, we are going to have autographed serialized cards for the first time ever in English. So it's going to be interesting to see if it sells very well and performs well. Are they going to do a second reprint of first edition like they did for Nikki Volume 1? Can they do it? Are they smart enough to hold back serialized cards and autograph rares and this and that? By the way, the autographed rares sell for like $5 to $10 grand. So the chase is real. And for something like this, it's gonna be unique because it's the first time they've done it. So I did want to mention that. Let's go to Magic real quick. So for Marvel, oh, by the way, it looks like Secrets of Strixhaven bundles, the rest of the regular bundles finally shipped last week, or I think late last week. So we're gonna get them at some point, which is great. Now that Marvel's already here. But for Marvel, the items that we haven't received yet, the bundles are delayed from some distributors. The Commander decks are delayed from some distributors. And the beginner boxes, which I thought was an odd one, are delayed from some distributors, but I believe they're supposed to ship tomorrow or Tuesday. Everything else is shipped. I do have one of the 5 Magic distributors shipped everything at the same time. So I am not foreseeing the 6 to 8 week shit show delay that Secrets of Strixhaven were. But I will tell you, the Marvel Commander displays, the regular ones, we were over 600, 650 displays of Strixhaven. We are under 300 for Marvel. So the total supply of product out there for Commander displays is significantly less than what it was for Strixhaven. I would be shocked if these aren't $350 to $400. That is one SKU that I encourage you to keep an eye on just because of the shortage of supply. And then with the collector boxes, for those of you who give a shit, some of the bigger YouTube videos, like I think MTG Goldfish is one, they did an opening of 6 boxes, 5 boxes, whatever it is, just to estimate what the EV is. And it does look like the Marvel collector boxes are significantly more smooth than anything we've seen in the past. The spikes are far less. The value is far greater on average, so the floor is much higher. So I have a hard time believing that these things are going to crash. And we have people in Discord, they're like, I can't wait for it to break $400, sub $400. And if it does, it shouldn't be there. And it's probably a buying opportunity. But again, it's really going to come down to how much or how well do the comic book cover cards hold up. They did not hold up well for Spider-Man. But again, you had all this negativity, which you have here, but you don't have it to the same extent. So that's it for that. I have not seen any numbers on The Hobbit yet. I would expect to see those starting this week. Obviously, Reality Fracture, anything like that, nothing there. Have not heard anything on reprints yet for Ixalan and Phyrexia All Will Be One. I had thought it was going to come here in June. In fact, multiple distributors in Mexico had solicited it. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if the system outage, quote unquote, that WotC had screwed them up for 2+ months has anything to do with that or not. But we'll see. And then speaking of, Lord of the Rings Commander displays are selling for $300 on eBay. Still super cheap. Probably never going to see them again. Other than that, really nothing else for Magic. Let's talk about Pokemon. And I'll leave you guys with a little spoiler at the end here, just because it's cracked me up. This week we should see all the wave 2 Chaos Rising stuff come out. We also have the Illustration Collection Series 2 come out on Friday, in addition to the Lucario Battle Decks. Other than that, everything else for Wave 2 is out except for the Ascended Heroes booster bundles have not shipped. The Mega EX boxes have shipped from most distributors. I think there's one or two that haven't. And then the Perfect Order Wave 2 booster boxes, as I mentioned, those are tentatively scheduled for the middle of July. Again, in my opinion, they're holding those back just to make sure that the the market doesn't tank on them. Then we have the Mega Greninja boxes, Pitch Black coming out here. All the allocations for Pitch Black, I think, are out except for, I think, 2. Everybody else is out. Then we have First Partner Illustration Collection 3. And then we have these Mega Forces tins. And I do want to talk about the Mega Forces tins. So these are the same size tins as the Moonlit tins that just came out this past week. They're going to have 2 Pitch Black, 2 Chaos Rising packs in. But it looks like the supply of these tins is about twice what it's been in the past from any one of these SKUs. So I am expecting to get a ton of these. I think everybody else is as well. Now, I have not confirmed this with other distributors yet. I will do so this week. But it does look like there are, for example, if a distributor gets 50,000 tins of a normal set, looks like this one's going to be closer to 80,000, which is a shitload. It really is. So I don't know why they were able to ramp this up so quickly. But it is what it is. So lastly, for those of you who know, you know, I'll stop sharing here. Here we go. So the Pitch Black drop for Pokemon Center was absolutely terrible last week. I missed it. A lot of folks missed it. I'm going to show you what you missed, and then we'll end the video. Again, if you know, you know. I saw this, and I lost my shit. I was dying laughing. So anyway, guys, enjoy your Sunday. This image is probably going to be burned in your head from COVID. So enjoy.